No, I mean, I think like when they had their rough time as well, like that, you know, they would openly comment about it. But you know, I'm sure it must have felt bad. But they would, you know, they would. Yeah, you know what I mean. They you know, they still turned up. They still tried new things. It was evident they were trying to find what would work best for them in the patch. And when this qualifiers, they've certainly found their footing. So that sort of resilience emotionally is certainly paid off in that sense. They're in the grand finals. They themselves need 2 wins, of course, in this position to take this series. Well, let's see if they can do it, or see if indeed Planet Dog could just ride off the momentum of that last game and really knock Mouse Sports down. Here we have it. Game 4 draft begins. What are we going to see? No surprises, of course, with the opening bans. Planet Dog taking away that Spartan IO, and Mouse Sports making sure 33 does not get his hands on the Darkseer.
So why do they want him to get the Darkseer? Like, he's done nothing in NA. When he's picked, he's just garbage.
This guy is
just,
like, yeah.
But what? Like, okay, he owns on it, but what does he do?
Grant, there's something you gotta understand about 33.
Yes.
This guy is literally the next Universe.
What if he doesn't qualify? Hasn't Universe been at every TI?
To answer your actual question, they picked a Night Stalker Spirit Breaker with the Darkseer.
Yeah.
And they just ran at the same lane.
I mean, that was one game.
Yeah, it was one game of many, but I mean in this particular series, the reason why it's being respect banned is because of that particular game. They had a safe lane, I think it was Void and Warlock on Mouse.
Yeah.
And it was a Darkseer off lane, and they had support Night Stalker, support Spirit Breaker that just lived in Mouse's safe lane and just destroyed the game. Like there was nothing they could do. So at that point they were like, okay.
When he lived there and he called over all his friends.
Reserve top, right.
On this guy's couch, and he's like,
and you know, unfortunately, Venom.
Reserve top, Reserve top,
Early levels are. I like the early game, and I think winning an early game is a very big key to winning the entire game, as we saw last.
Yep.
33 tied.
Absolute fake.
Well, once again, I'm going to go watch it out there. You know, with the brothers, I'll listen to your guys' great casting. I mean, almost as great as mine. I appreciate what you're doing, trying to catch up to me in terms of drafting, but have fun.
That's high praise.
I love Grant.
But here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Spartan coming in with the Spartan chant.
Oh.
Milan actually getting caught out by Garen. And maybe that little chant will work out. Yeah, the block's coming through. J4 Shadow won't heal. Is it going to be enough? In fact, it may be enough to turn around. No, they do get the first blood.
Oh, the deny.
Oh, the deny Spartan. That chanting certainly powered that first blood and deny. MNT could be in trouble though. Got the branch, start to tango. They are chasing this down. They'll be able to get quite a bit of harassment back onto Kaiser with the curse. Kaiser is taking a lot of damage. They're chasing MNTT. And the very fight. Is he actually going to live? The tango reject. Is that going to be enough against the Shadow Word and the Shadow Strike? Is not. 33 with the level 1 gush does seal the deal. Overall, so the first blood goes to Mouse Sports. Kaiser takes a huge amount of harassment. That will be fine because he has J4 with the Shadow Word by the looks of it. And 33 is just praying.
I think you're muted.
Rob!
You're good now, you're good. Yeah, but this is the second time today we've seen him level 1 gush. He could be paying for it right now, though.
Yeah, with this Gale connection, and Spartan still being very close. He's got one Fairy Fire.
Wait, what? He didn't. Oh my god.
Surely he's not living
No,
there.
he's gonna die.
Yeah, MNT comes around with the Brain Sap. Availability, and they'll have it. So a second kill for Mouse Sports at the back of all of this action occurring in their own jungle. See how the lanes are selling off. So indeed, this Queen of Pain Night Stalker combination in the mid lane for the time being against Thug. Up top, Skylark on the off lane Shaker dealing with Swift Ending, safe lane Lycan. J4 supporting up on the Warlock. MNT's going to come across the mid lane, provide Thug that support that he needs in this very hefty matchup the Planet Dog putting against him. And bottom lane, 33 tie against the safe lane Madara Venomancer. How is this going to go? Anybody who feels does have the clear lane advantage.
Well, bottom lane is definitely going to be won by Mouse, no question. The level 1 Gush, while it did secure kill, it does hinder the Tide's laning ability. And in mid, I would probably say the Queen Night Stalker probably favored, so kind of dog with that lane. Then, you know, top. Skylark is probably going to get a good amount here because it's a Warlock-like lane. Not really the best being able to actually, plus he fought a lot of regen. So I'd say Mouse probably doing good in 2 or 3 matchups. You're good now, I think.
I think you're not sitting on pulling it or anything. No, it's working now. We're nearly now.
Did you? No, I think your cable's loose or something.
Yeah, try Grant's. Use Grant's headphones.
Yeah, you're like you're popping in and out. So
switch headset. Try that one out. Skylark, yeah. Indeed. CS-wise, he's only got a couple out of this. Swift Ending doing his best with the help of J4 to zone him out. In lane. CS comprises 6 for 3, 7 for 3 on the TI, 10 for 4 on the quad. The lead is there.
Typical NA.
Typical NA.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, from a laning perspective, I would probably say that Mouse has the edge. But in regards to overall lineup and what it can do, like Warlock Tidehunter teamfight is super, super difficult to do anything into. And Mouse's lineup is not really known for buying mass BKBs. You're pretty much just looking at the PA and saying, okay, yeah, that's probably a BKB buyer. So Ravage and the Warlock Fatal Boss as well is going to have effect pretty much throughout the entire freaking game.
Top. Skylark coming in to pull the creep wave around. Make sure they can get it back to status of farm. Mid lane, MNT. And though Green Kaiser down low, he has no regeneration left upon him. Courier's just down out. So put himself out another pack of tangos.
Middle lane actually going better for Mouse than I originally anticipated.
They're getting away with playing it super aggressively, pushing them back behind that tier 1.
Yeah, the Bane is proving to be much more useful in the laning phase. Even though his spells are really high mana cost. Spartan, he just...
He went to TP, yeah, and then he saw
Silence
and
is
knew that there's no
broken.
way out, cancels the TP, and Planet Dog take themselves to free. Spartan comes across a little too deep for his own safety. Space for Moedara on that one, and as you said, with the situation being this Tide certainly would struggle in this 1v1 against the Venom. Sticking to his favourite place, the jungle, where we can expect efficiency to hit its finest, the way the 33's played in previous games.
This seems to happen a lot with Venom. The heroes that play against is weak. So it's like, well, not going to get anything here. Time to try to find another place on the map where I can do something, get some value.
I guess once you get more points in Fractal Shell, you're willing to return it back to the lane.
Yeah, the Plague Words will eventually just deal 0 damage to you.
That. Maybe seeing if he could find a bit of a wrap around in the mid, but MNT continues to stay very close to the top lane. Bit of a go being made onto Skylark. Drops the totem. He's got a Fisher as well if he ever feels too much in pressure. And he's getting away with being able to stick very close to the creep wave. Continuing to get a good amount of levels. Same pace as if level 3 is finding the levels in the jungle, both of them. Just on the way into level 4 at the moment. And comes across, just getting a nice ward down behind it to see if there's opportunities to go for the kill. And Wunner backup comes in, Skylark gets gone upon. He has already used that Fisher, he has the aftershock passive to try and hold back on the land. And the land continues to dive, will get the kill. Spartan comes across, but not too much he can do to hold back the Night Stalker.
You know what would have been next level if he used Hunter in the Night?
Oh man, the massive bluff.
That would have been insane.
That would have been, oh man, mind game.
I probably would have done that anyway just because I had no awareness. But like, wait, he's gonna go under the tree, and then I would have done so stupid.
Dire's bottom tower hopes flame.
Yeah.
this mid lane. 40 CS on Thug in comparison to the 27 at Kaiser. It's been going amazing for the TA, despite that start against the Night Stalker Queen Pain combination. The presence of the Bane certainly making an impact and giving Thug the start that he needs.
Yeah, the Bane kind of equalized everything, I think, whereas normally the Night Stalker is able to just walk in. Bane is pretty beefy for an early game hero. You know, at level 4 he still has 5 base armor, hits with 71 damage. And Brain Sap is a very effective pick in the sense that if you're missing health, you get like twice the effect basically. 320 damage differential that you get by casting a spell, assuming you're missing at least that much of your own HP. And that means that Night Stalker, even with his very mana efficient nuke, can't trade. So yeah, the Bane definitely helped out a lot, but now the Night Stalker's got everything in his line. Like killing Madara.
Let's see if he gets him down the public crash. Yeah, next on to 33 and Milan. Madara pots the one charge. He's trying to block them up with the Plague Ward. He's going to go for the TP out. Does he actually make it out of it? He does. Nice escape there from Madara to TP straight up in the tree line. And he'll keep himself safe in that rotation. Come on, mid lane, Thug. Manning up onto Kaiser. 53 CS now on this tier. It's 7.5 minutes in. That is an insane amount of farm. Bottom lane, Milan jumps forward with the Hunter of the Night, finds Spartan. 33, going very, very low Spartan. He gets the +2, he gets the +4, he will fall down. But he got the intelligence. That's a hashtag work.
Infinite skill.
Did they think that they couldn't kill him or something?
I mean, he's only got level 1 Kraken. I don't think that was it. I think maybe he thought he was just dead anyway. Yeah.
Maybe he felt, he felt that maybe he could get the Ravage and sit around him more to go for the level 5. But he's so close to 6, one more creep would have done it. The fact that this top lane attempt here, he's not even going to use the Ravage by the looks of it, but the Anchor Smash, and the chase up with, and let's go, oh, the Echo! Oh, Skylark comes in just in time, and that is going to be enough to save Madara. Skylark could be in trouble himself. Swift Ending being kept alive by the Shadow Word Heal from J4. He'll go for the TP out, MNT, he doesn't have the mana for Brain Sap. But they keep that man alive. Ravage comes out, but it's a bit of a desperation play. The Sonic Wave does make it work. They'll get the Skylark kill. They do lose 33 forward. MNT continue to hunt. Does now have mana for the Brain Sap. Trying to get vision here with the ward. There's the Gale into the Brain Sap. Mouse Sports make sure that this trades 2 for 1. And overall, just really nice reaction there from Mouse, getting in just in time. And Skylark, the big old Echo Slam to kick things off.
I mean, the Echo Slam was definitely really nice, and so was the Fissure. It's just unfortunate that it didn't result in the Lycan kill. If MNT
that would have been the dream.
If he had any mana whatsoever when he came to that lane, that would have been a completely different story. But they did commit Ravage and a Sonic Wave to kill an Earthshaker. So, probably not the best of just in regards to getting more space to the TA. You know, he just killed that pretty beefy Ancient stack. I think it was like 4 stacks when he killed it.
Dire's top tower is feeling its
accelerating his start very
mortality.
nicely. He's 72 versus 42 CS. Kaiser at the moment.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Doing very well.
Even more so now with the tower goal going Mouse's way on the top lane. Tier 1 in the middle as well. He's very vulnerable to being finished off by a push from Mouse. Spartan. Get a little careful, he's very, very low. The Fatal Bonds on the creeps as well as the Shadow Word. He's going to tick down. He will go for the TP out, and that should be enough regen in the fountain to save it. Bottom lane, Milan making the attempt onto Skylark. Skylark, is he going to get himself out? He's not. Could not quite get the stun off after the silence to hold back with Night Stalker. As Milan gets himself a good solo kill. Mid lane, Kaiser playing around with the Arcane Rune, forcing MNT to back up. Thug does come across. Kaiser's got the blink. Back to safety. Pop the other trap slow, but Kaiser a little too close to that tier 1 for the Thug TA to continue the chase.
A lot of scrappiness going on here in this point match game.
Fail now complete. Onto Madara. Thug, 1100 or so away from having that completed. Desolated. Skylark, 1300 on the road to the Blink Dagger. There's a smoke up from Mouse, looking to try and do something about this push that's coming out from Swift. J4 Milan and 33, and they do have Ravage. It's just come back online. Chaotic offering there as well. This is a great time for them to push in. They're moving in onto Skylar. He's got the initial Fissure to try and block them off. It's a good Fissure as well. They've got to take the long route round to actually get there. They'll chop down the trees to get in onto the action, but the global silence holds them back. Mouse still on the retreat there. They have to respect these big ultimates that could come out. Spartan goes for the TP, immediately cancels it. He knows that he is in a whole world of trouble. The Fissure will be there, but it blocks Spartan in with them. Skylar couldn't really do anything anyway to save the silence, so he will be the one to fall. And he will get the chance to push his damage down in the bottom lane. At the same time, though, Madara setting up camp with the Plague Wards. Kaiser trying to rotate in, but this placement of the wards is making it very hard for anyone to get close to this Venom. So all in all, they did lose the silencer, but they do maintain control of that bottom tier 1 as Planet Dog don't find the team fight that they would have hoped for with the Ravage of the Chaotic offering. They do still have it for the time being, but they couldn't get that big impact down bottom.
I think it's actually a moral victory if they can get as much as they can. Hold on.
Right around the Shrine here. Yeah, there's going to be time for TP reaction. There's the Golem drop. So catches 3 into the Ravage. The Poison Over was out, but the Sonic Wave to follow through. Mouse, they've lost 2. They're going to lose Madara as well. There's Kaiser. Chases him down. They bring down the Venom. Get the double kill for the Quap, and a beautiful fight from them there. As they head up to the high ground, drop all 3 of the big ultimates, and there is nothing that Mouse can do to react to that amount of damage at this stage of the game.
God, that was so nice. The Rock set up the 3-man Ravage. As soon as that happens, the fight's just over.
Radiant's bottom
it
tower
should allow them to also play the same
fading
lane tier 1.
fast.
Or do they just want to go for Skylark first? We'll see. Alright, they do have a ward, so they will watch him running around the circle. I think they probably do.
It's such a high value kill though. They know he's not got that blink yet, and they can almost know that he's going to be close to it. They can kill him here. He's going to go for the TP out. Golem not going to have quite enough damage on it.
That's really good work.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is now but kindling.
They need that blink on the Shaker ASAP. They've got to have
pretty
some sort of
close.
big initiation, yeah. He is very close indeed. It's up here, it's going to have the 14-minute bounty rune, and Creek Camp will tell you about giving the money that he needs. Looks to be a no threat in that area at the moment. Madara is pushing out the top lane, keeping the pressure up and keeping Kaiser and J4 busy up on top.
Radiant's bottom tower is fading fast.
Maybe turn their attention towards the
I deserve this.
Radiant's
I think it
bottom
says a
tower
lot
is under
when,
attack.
I get, you know, Mouse are probably waiting for Skylark to spike over anything else, but when you know the Ravage is down, and you know the Chaotic offering is down, and you still aren't showing any intent on fighting, it's a little bit worrying, I think.
TA doesn't have
She does have the Deso though.
She does have this. Why they don't want to lose the fight.
Well, Skylark has this blink now,
So,
which means...
I guess we don't need to go for any kills.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. It will fall like a ripe apple.
Sentries down all over the place for Mouse.
Radiant's middle tower is losing its foundation.
The other pushing down to half. And that is the neighbor. Skylark. Picking him up. In fact, they may just look to see if they can kill this off. Now going to keep Thug in the pit. And there we have straight up the Fiend's Grip, bringing the Night Stalker down low. They'll take it. The man down. It's they come. The global silence is there. Kamaz actually finishes off. They've lost the Bane. They do get it, but 33 snatches the Aegis with Swift Ending. He found the double. The Ravage into the Sonic Wave. Mouse, they just mount. Triple kill for Swift Ending. Skylark's not getting home alive either as Planet Dog team wipe Mouse. As they come up to the pit at just the right time. They snatch the Aegis, they brutalize Mouse's entire lineup again with this beautiful combination of spells.
33.
How does he do it?
33,
He doesn't even
God.
have a blink dagger.
He just walks in.
He just walked in, but
Walks
like
in.
how? All I know is I saw Night Stalker dying almost, and I was like, well, he's massively out of position. Then in comes a shapeshifted lightning, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty good. And suddenly I look at that
They're trying to come in to defend, but immediately Planet Dog's hot on the case, jumping in, taking down Bane. They'll get Madara as well. Now starting to throw bodies aimlessly at Planet Dog in the middle lane, and that will give them the chance to easily take a tier 1. He does indeed, and he has got the Echo. With 2 men down, unlikely that he's going to look to make a jump at this time. He's got to wait for the Venom. They need an extra bit of a punch in these team fights. Thug needs that Blink Dagger. He's 1,200, 1,300 towards it. That last sequence of events absolutely huge for Planet Dog.
You couldn't honestly get any better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, taking away the Aegis from a TA lineup in of itself is good enough. Even if you just snatched the Aegis and still lost the fight, still worth. Not only did they take the Aegis, they 5-man wiped them, killed 2 more heroes, including Madara, and took the tier 1 tower.
Tower is under attack. It shall encroach no more.
Yeah, it's just... Mouths feel like they're kind of crumbling right now. It is match point. If they lose this game, it's all over.
End of the road. Thug still looking very good. He is top of the network. That Blink Dagger is going to still give him great timing off the back of the Deso. Looking to be around that 18-minute Blink Deso timing.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Perfectly fine.
They require time. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stopping the pressure on the mid lane.
Can stop the flame.
This time, let's Ravage back up, of course, along with the chaotic offering. It's a little hard for Planet Dog to fight into this. Poison Nova's up. There's Snaps available as well. In fact, he jumps. They've got the sentry down. They spot up Kaiser into the Fiend script. They will down the clock. Nice heads-up play there. No hesitation from Skylight to get that instant knockdown and to get a very big kill indeed. Thug picking up the gold. That will be more than enough to find that Blink Dagger. It's Mouse as well with the Plague Ward. TA Deso push. Close to bringing this tier 2 off the map as well in the lane. Holds the back up 33. Goes in for the walking, try for the Ravage, but he takes too much damage. The Cracker Shell taken off the Global, comes in with the Ravage. 3-man chaotic offering. Madara does get the Poison Nova off. Can he get out? Skylark jumps back in with the Aftershock, holding back 33. MNT, Nightmare to hold back the Lycan. He's trying to get his team out of there. Madara goes for the TP out. Is he going to make it? No, he's not. Swift Ending comes in with a hard-hitting crit, and he's not done yet. Looking towards MNT. The Brain Sap, not enough to save him. MNT trying for a cheeky Ancient Deny, but it's not going to be the case. Swift Ending actually loses the shapeshift form. He can't continue to chase that down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Thug playing around with the weaker members. Fisher onto 2, takes down the Warlock. Deso, enough damage from Thug. Go back in it potentially. Or trap slow. They are healed back up. Thug, does he want to do anything crazy? He's thinking about it. But that blink, he'll turn. Go for the easier goal as he takes down the chaotic offering Golem. So Mouse, half force back for the time being.
Going for that rotation. They had that 500 Aegis. Initially I was just like, wow, 33 is like really super confident because he's just walking into 5. I forgot that he had snatched the Aegis and he was begging to get his Ravage off and he was mid-cast animation, Global came out, and then, like you said, 8 damage and too much practice on procs. Ravage came out, Chaotic Offering came out.
Missing, they jump up to the high ground, straight up with the Fiend Script onto Milan. There's no way to cancel it. That's going to be Night Stalker down. Kaiser forced to back off. Madara landing the slow onto 33. He's going to go for the TP out, but the Nightmare's there to cancel it. Mouse, they're not only going to get themselves a Night Stalker, they're going to look to get the Tide as well. Fisher's there to control him. Jump ball from Skylark with the Enchant Totem, and Spartan gets the double kill. +2/+2 up to 16. And Mouse, they're playing the tier 2 tower in the mid as well. Starting to reclaim some of that momentum and lead that Planet Dog got earlier in the game.
No tree shall ever grow.
These fights are starting to become more and more hectic. Like, not necessarily making the perfect slave. Like before, as Tsunami mentioned, when the Queen wasn't alive and they wanted to take the fight anyway, thinking that they had enough damage to be able to kill him, they were just mistaken this time around as being out of position, maybe not communicating properly where everybody is. So they just get more heroes picked off.
Look at this as well, they know that they can stick around, force out the fortification, no chaotic offering. They themselves, they do have Echo Slam back up. You remember as well, once Thug, you want to turn around his teammate out there, MT is what's going on. The Mouse, when they get back in, they do have that Blink Echo, they're getting very close to each other, they'll just throw back the Fisher to block them off. Not wanting to take a fight in that position, and that will be enough to get MNC back to safety. To stay alive in this situation. But yeah, we've got to consider the fact that once Thug has that BKB at what looks to be a great timing, that limits a lot of what Planet Dog can actually do to stop his TA going ham after the initial ults are dropped.
Yeah, Thug's definitely going to become a problem. I mean, TA usually does become a problem at some stage just because of her flash farm, and she scales purely physical damage, which is, in some cases, harder to itemize against. Yeah, that's true. I think that this game, I think the Night Stalker probably would make it first, but he's going for the Solar Crest right now. And he's letting Swift Ending just go straight into the BKB, so he'll be able to just stick to whatever target he wants. I think that TA actually kind of suffers a bit against Lycan if you don't have the control for the Lycan. Because if Lycan gets in your face and he has rolls out, your refraction gets eaten through pretty fast. Especially when you have like that Master Madness attacks and the extra armor from the Armored Toggle and stuff like that. I think it's not necessarily the best matchup in the world for a TA, but I guess if anyone can make it work, it'll probably be fun.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. There is little you can do. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
The top lane. Can they catch it? Mouse up. Spartan?
Dire's top tower is feeling its mortality.
Across the board, gets himself out back to safety. They'll continue to move up towards the top. They may find
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They realise that this push has ended from Mouse up top. Get anyone coming out of the base. Drop down the ward. See what they can see. Dara now will be in range of it, so they now get the confirmation that they're back. There'll be a scan from Mouse. Of course, it does hit. They know the Planet Dog are waiting for them outside the base. And straight up, there's the D-wall. And if they're hovering there, there's every eventuality that they've got that vision down, waiting to make a play, and Mouse Sports
even after like that disastrous road fight, Mouse are hanging on to this game.
They're pretty much recovered from that.
Yeah, they really have. It's only a 1k net worth difference doesn't really mean anything at this point.
What?
Sure, and we saw what happened when he was in that previous top performance.
He can't really go refresh with this game unless he's bought Tranquil.
So minus either.
Yeah, if he's gonna go that path, he needs to buy like the minus now and wait for everything else.
Just the right time. Game sense kicking in.
Is not dead.
Making sure not to be caught out by that smoke Bane TA movement. Top lane Mouse. Free wave round. Tier 2. It's down a little bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it does look to defend Tier 2. DD Rune of the availability. Roshan to be up very, very short. So mostly every chance the Mouse do wait until the Aegis. Then him coming forward, though. All eyeing him up. Going to start throwing spells out. Fish is there. Jump forward from Coach, trying to bring him down. The BKB comes out. Press laid down upon him. Goes for the Fiend Script. The Global Silence is there in return. The Chaotic Offering comes out in time to stop MNT channeling the full Fiend Script. He throws his body in. He says, "Take me, let my team live." But they're on the fence. So Skylark comes in with the Echo Slam, but it's 33 getting the top trump there with the Ravage into the Sonic Wave. Mouse Sport, they've lost 3, they've lost 4. As Society Planet Dog, the control from 33, coming in just at the perfect moment after Mouse Sports have blown their big ultimates. They've thrown down the Echo Slam, and he's there to secure that fantastic setup for the Sonic Wave.
Jeez.
And that is Roche back up. That is the dream for Planet Dog.
Earlier today we were talking about during a draft about Urging and the Tide matchup and how it feels really bad to play Urging and the Tide because the Tide is going to get ravaged. I mean, the thing is, 33 didn't even have a blink. He just casually waltzed in the middle of all of them and got the ravage.
Good gun earlier also. He was waiting until the Echo Slam came out. He was just like, oh, how nice of you to be doing. All of a sudden, the rest of the Mouse were congregating on the Slam show. Really, you were just grouping up for a ravage.
Yeah.
Such a painful series of events there for Mouse. Just straight up off the back of that fight in Roche, you're looking at a 5k lead. Once again, Planet Dog finding that advantage. You know, suddenly the Thugs TA that was setting away at the top, the gap has been closed thanks to that. Swift Ending getting a lot of money and fortune out of that team fight. On his way towards the AC next. He's got cheese in his pocket, ready to go. It's going to be, of course, the Aegis in the hands of Kaiser. Working on that. Shiva's Guard is his next item, which is going to do a whole world of good against this team.
Yeah, I like the choice of going for the armor. I think the big thing for Mouse is that they really need to make sure that they have someone on the team that can stop the Tide from doing something. They have an extra honestly, I wouldn't even hate it if Thug bought it. Like, just someone needs to be able to disable Crack and deal with 33. They don't really have a tremendous amount of lockdown, but I think with the global silence and the Silver Edge, they can probably still kill the Tide. But it's gonna ruin them in fights. Yeah. Because there's only ever really gonna be one BKB. I mean, we've seen it, but it doesn't really feel like a game or a choice to buy a BKB in a lot of cases. I think one of the other games we saw it in was actually when Mouse played against Neo. Yeah. And he bought the BKB to prevent the defusal mana burst. And also to prevent Mjolnir from getting purged. But yeah, normally you don't see that. But that's why the Tide is such a value pick here, right? It's just the lack of BKB buyers on Mount.
Well, holds up. And it's Dog ready to go for the boost. Dispelled. MNT tries for the TP out. Now, we'll wait out at least the chaotic offering. That's the golem down. And the
Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
Skylark. Teasing around with the top lane, does back up. So he realizes he is going to be needed for this, but it's so hard for them to fight.
Dire's top tower is feeling its mortality.
Ripping through Moses' life.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. It will fall like tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has collapsed.
How do you fight it?
Never out of position. It's not so much he gets into position very well, but he also is never out of position. You can like take advantage and be like, oh, the Tide's like off farming the jungle, or a Tide's like much further behind the rest of the team. Always in the right places right now.
The top fight was a bit of a gift box for him though, because the way the fight started, the Phoenix group was used pretty much right away. Then the shapeshift and the BKB was popped by Swift Ending, and they just walked and killed the Bane straight up. And then the TA BKB'd and had to run. That's like the worst feeling is when you have a 10-second BKB, you hit it, and then you run away. You're not like using the uptime of your magic immunity to deal damage or anything like that. You just say, oh god, this fight is not going well for us. We just have to be on full retreat. So what happens is he's able to get into a good position because no one is pressuring him. He just gets to waltz in and say, oh yeah, I'm standing in the middle of your entire team. That's somebody who has to down a rabbit for
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may. The Dire's side has grown thick.
That's a head back to join the rest of his team very shortly. Planet Dog, they're heading up to the high ground. Call for Skylark, trying to get the Fisher to slow things down. Certainly will do so for a bit of time, though. Continuing on forward. How's that TP ready to go? We'll see if he wants to see. He's trying to get as much points done off the back of this. And that looks to be the case. He starts to tickle with the tower. The rest of the team keeping control of them. Thug, yeah, he's about sticking around. Is he going to head back?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. It may yet stand.
So they do hold off the push. There's the TP coming now. Nice wall placement as well, just to spot out any sort of reaction like that. And he's very close to that MKB, which is absolutely necessary in this game with the Solar Crest. He needs that true strike and warm enough. Well, actually didn't already blink, so just TP's out straight underneath the nose of the Night Stalker.
I like the MKB on the TA as well, but he also needs like a butterfly. And he might even need like an AC too, just because, again, the Lycan, if he gets in your face, it can feel very hard to like stand your ground and actually fight.
Lycan's only sub-caress, just 500 gold.
Now I guess the real question is, does he go back for Basher or does he go for something else? think Abyss is fairly common.
Yeah, I don't really think there are any other.
Halberd is still okay.
Halberd's still okay. Technically, Necro is also pretty good against Shield. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. I think Dasher is less likely than Halberd.
I guess Halberd's more of a gearing perspective than a Basher, which can be a little bit much.
Dire's top tower is under attack. It fights for its life.
Leaving some back at home to hold the fort, whilst the rest of them continue to try and take a step for themselves.
Dire's top tower has been lost to war.
Back up from Mouse as well. As already the movements coming in from Planet Dog, heading straight up towards that top lane. We'll see if we catch anyone. MNC's already TP'd out. Skylark and Thug look to be safe as well as they head into the tree line. They do scan it out just in case Milan had the chance of catching anyone out.
That was a bit of a play. Milan scouted out the same area that
I think either way, there were two. It's hard for them to close the gap.
At most, he would have been able to cancel.
Nah.
Classic Spark.
And that is your ace of the things really starting to come together massively for Planet Dog. But Mouse, considering the fact that they are slightly behind a network, is still finding these moves to get those objectives done. So both teams without the tier 2s, but both sides yet to be able to take a tier 3. And it's going to really be the next big thing, getting that map control away, securing the next Roche once it's up. We'll see when that's going to be in just under a minute.
Oh, he's went for the help.
Get that.
Okay, that's fine. So, but either way, right now,
I think he's just more of, he's got his Solar Crest right now, he's got the gems, so he's just walking around maybe doing a little bit of dewarding and saying, okay, if I run into anybody, information gathered at least, it's pretty hard for Mouse to kill him unless they're committing like 2-3 heroes. And that's just more space for Kaiser and Swim's enemies to continue getting their own farm. Oh, interesting choice. It's actually, third crew is going for Yules.
Global's actually popped it, as they were a little bit worried potentially of turnaround match. But still, Skylark, he is going to be left for a whole lot of pain. He loses his life. They committed Chaotic, Mouse committed the Global.
hell happened down there?
I think the Shaker like blink echoed, tried to combo into a kill. Unfortunately, didn't quite pay off.
Got that. And BK being very close to being complete.
He's got his bottle in his backpack, or his veil. Okay, never mind, he swapped them. He had his bottle in his inventory and his veil in his backpack. That was kind of weird. I guess for efficiency's sake, he could use the bottle charge.
Invisibility.
It's definitely interesting. I thought if you're gonna go that route, wouldn't you just want to buy Lotus?
So maybe he wants a super cheap channel breaker between. So he's like, I don't need to spend that.
That's true.
You don't need to spend chaotic.
That could be the case.
I'm just gonna use that dude.
I mean, the Queen already has her Yules too, but I guess you kind of want it for yourself
She
as
wants
Queen.
Worthy tribute.
Yeah, that's.
Spire being observed by the Wolves. Both got a pet. Their invisible friend.
You ever had
I feel like he still has one.
Isn't that right, Johnny?
Yeah, it just never went away. Well, we wouldn't be able to hear it talk, only you would be able to hear it talk.
You heard him talk? He's real! Top lane, here we go. Mid lane, I mean. There's Verno jumped on, and he's not going to help. He's down for 70 seconds.
He's got a buyback.
He does have a buyback. Can they force it out? That's the question. That would be the
Oh
best
my
way
god,
out.
it's
Look
gonna
at the
spawn.
timing.
It's gonna spawn.
well, I mean, it's like one of the times.
Yeah. I just mean it's still fortuitous that you find a kill on a hero like Venno,
That's true.
and it's gonna be up as soon as you kill him. Of course, Miles will know this too.
He's playing it so safe though.
Dire's bottom tower will shuffle has gone to the top. The cursed monster has earned a moment's rest.
The hands of Kaiser.
After that one mid-tier 2 fight, so if all 5 of our heroes are up, we're not getting that little vertical dip ever again.
Yeah, that was optimism at its finest, I think is how we can describe that fight. But like you mentioned, it's been pretty well executed. That top fight was a thing of beauty. Everything went more or less perfectly. Yeah. And it was a really important fight too because it was 2 10-second BKBs, one from each side. Like that kind of thing for a TA playing into a Ravage, which might eventually become 2 Ravages, the Queen of Pain and the good old Crippling Fear.
Smoker behind Thugly trying to bait some action from Fnatic. They are not interested. They themselves, the opposite half of the map.
I respect that move. Enemy team has Aegis, and if you think you can take a fight into it, that's very confident.
And they know that Ravage is still down for 30 seconds. That's what they were trying to play around, but it's not going to happen. I assume they all have TPs like good little boys. Well, 20 seconds on TAs.
Yeah, but Venom needs to go back and start playing.
They've got TPs on the rest of them, and indeed, they're already backing up. They'll leave Thug here, keep putting the pressure on. But this, you know, this would be the big catch if they can punish the TA for this sort of play. And already, 3 of them making their way back up to the top lane. J4 Milan, as well as Kaiser. Can they catch Mouse? MNT,
Dire's top tower is feeling
Doug,
its mortality.
how safe's he gonna play it? He's gotta be careful. They've got the Yule setup. Can he get his way out of this one? He pops the BKB and the TP, but the Chaotic Offering Stun comes out through the Magic Immunity. Doug in a whole world of trouble. He's been left behind. He'll be taken down, and they'll punish the TA. Punish Doug for that sort of play, that split push that he's trying to get away with. Bottom lane, coming in nice Fisher to make sure that the Ravage doesn't come out. Catching these 2 out, so Skarlock and Madara get themselves back up to safety. But with the TA off the map, Planet Dog know that they can try and go for these pushes. They still have the Ravage. They can try and force it out. That buyback.
You ever play CS, either of you?
Not that much.
Not that much.
All right, so that felt like the moment where like you're watching a corner for like 10 minutes, and then you go out the corner. Last that's the worst case scenario.
Oh, Madara! He gets forced out. He tried to force himself back in, but he can't quite do it. He's Glimmer Cape. Can they actually keep this man alive? The urns hitting him, it's not enough. Madara's down for 70.
Oh, he doesn't have buyback. Oh, God.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it now.
Oh, okay, has it now.
Just had enough gold. He was on the verge of not having it.
I was about to say, that's disastrous.
Buyback coming out from the Venom. The jump forward, Skylark. Then Echo, he's holding on to it for now. They do have Poison Nova as well here. Swift ending. There's that BKB on cooldown. Still has the cheese though to swallow. Fiend's Grip, he's not going to get the chance to do it. They force him out of range. Can they kill it with that Fiend's Grip damage? They can't. Swift ending survives. He'll be fine. There goes the cheese. Straight down the throat. Back up to full health and full mana. But they do hold. Did cost them the Venom buyback, but they managed to protect Thugs. They did not need to use it.
If they can take the fight now with the use of the Aegis on the Queen, no buyback.
Still quite a
50
while.
seconds. Yeah, it's a little while. Even just getting the tier 3 is a big deal. Went through the cheeky score stat play.
33.
Quick fish in the gale. Any sort of harassment they can cheaply throw out. Let's get 42nd. Isaac coming incredibly aggressively, asserting their dominance around this bottom rack. Skylark pops out the Fissure, gets himself out just in time with the Glimmer Cape and the Blink Dagger, but it's already too late on this bottom lane. The melee racks as well as the range take it down. Planet Dog get what they came for. Mouse unable to make them pay. Mid lane, Thug was there, putting on a bit of split push pressure. Did quite a bit to this tier 3 tower. And that at this point really seems like the best point of call for Mouse to get themselves back in. They have to try and outmaneuver this group up and go of Planet Dog, but it's proving to be so hard with the lead that Planet Dog have on their course.
Yeah, I thought they might go for some kind of TP cancel play and let Thug potentially go for the mid racks and just get a trade. But the danger of doing that is when you cancel the TPs, you just might die. And if, for example, Madara was one of the heroes who died and he didn't have buyback, then there's a chance that you just get counter racks and maybe even make it at that point. So it's a hard decision for Mouse to make, you know, deciding if they want to try to chase that out. And again, 33, he walks into the tree line, he makes Skylark pretty much use his spells and then blink away, which means that if he can't blink in, he has no echo, and the 12 seconds it takes for the blink dagger to come off cooldown, the racks are just dead. So even though that blink looked really weird, and the Tidehunter walking forward, it was like an aggressive play, it was just posturing because they knew the TA was mid, and that Thug hadn't TP'd back to base, so they were just able to claim the racks.
To be fair, that was pretty like optimistic Skylark because Darkness was off cooldown, and Night Stalker is almost certainly going to use it. So
yeah.
Would also use that was definitely the intention. We're kind of sacrificing this, but hopefully
worthy tribute.
Yeah, I think that Skylark, because he went for the Glimmer Cape, he kind of has to be closer. He doesn't have a force stuff.
Yeah.
So he can't stand, you know, super far away.
Was he been getting crippling fear or something?
I don't think so.
He's had that killer for a long time. You know, that his game has really slowed down. He's not had the chance to get any sort of farm, it feels.
I mean, I guess what he can do is he can like Echo Stun and then immediately use it.
Yeah.
But then Ravage is still going to come. I don't know. I think more stuff is better.
I'm always a fan of the old force staff on Shaker. Increasing your initiation range on that hero is never going to be a bad thing.
They've got that extra cheese on Swift once again.
Whatever happened to Swift? I thought the new Antones would be super.
Ah, the quickening.
Well, your base int and base mana regen have to be good for a percentage to really matter. And I think it's only 50, isn't it? Or is it more? But yeah, the plus the change. No, it's actually 100. Oh, yeah. Same. It's a void stone. Yeah, duh. Has to be 100. But yeah, the fissure cast range that they replace with the respawn talent kind of also makes up for it. So if you feel like you want the Ether Lens cast range, the fissure range is 350. So it's like massive. Although this game you might consider just getting echo damage because your team is behind. I mean, that's assuming
they need every bit of damage they can get.
That's assuming he hits 20. By the way, he went movement speed instead of 50 damage. You do not see that very often.
Kind of depends on when he hit it. I imagine
he did only just hit it.
Yeah, he just now. Damage is TA is good enough at clearing creep waves. I know it's good enough at clearing creep waves. I think at this point, you're saying that you increase your range. Technically. It's done.
Yeah, I suppose. I've been watching too many NA shakers, I guess. I'm used to the Treads 50 damage shaker, like every game.
You only are Queen of
Oh, he's already 25? Oh, man.
This is where the fun begins.
I thought it was one step ahead. Wow.
Smoked up. Ready to go down on the bottom lane. Mouse cannot allow themselves to get caught out. Spartan on the front lines here, forced back. Isaac gets the Shadow Strike connection, but the Glimmer Cave's there. MNC holding back the quad with the Nightmare. Mouse just backing off. There's the gets all 5 of them. The Chaotic Offering connects onto 3. The Sonic shockwave as well. They'll buy back on the Shaker, but they've lost 2 Thug. Trying to get himself back to safety, will survive. No buyback though on the Bane, no buyback on the Silencer. They have used all their ultimates for this Planet Dog. Can the remaining 3 of Mouse Sports force them back? They move towards the mid lane. Kaiser heading into the tier 3. Madara did put the poison over Thug. In terms of getting them off his base, the fortification comes out, throwing out the fishes. They will buy time for Silencer and Bane to get back into the game. Looking towards Kaiser. He has so much survivability. The disarm's there on the TA. He's forced back. They're trying to keep him alive. Gets the blink off thanks to the refraction. Madara surrounded, throws back with the Gale, but they've lost the Venom. There's no buyback on him for 90 seconds. We have the Silencer and the Bane back, but the mid-racks have fallen. 1 lane left. Standing up for Mouse. Skylark's coming forward, he jumps in with the Echo, the Global as well. They need to get kills out of this. The Fiend Script is there, but immediately cancelled by the Yules. MNT chased down as Kaiser jumps forward. He's looking for the bigger kills, getting Skylark. Doug trying to turn, bringing Kaiser down low, but he can't quite finish off the kill. He BKBs, Refractions trying to back away. Turns back towards them, but they've been mega creeped. Planet Dog, they've done the damage. 33 jumps in with the Anchor Smash. They'll buy back on the TA, doing everything to try and hold in on this one. Jump forward, looking for the potentially easier kills, but Malani, he's too tanky. He survives. Thug forced back. Kaiser jumps in, though the Fatal Bond's doing work. Thug's going to go down. It's a dieback. It's GG. Game over. Planet Dog are your successors here in the EU qualifiers as they will move on to the TI in Seattle. As it's the end of the road for Mouse Sports. They just didn't quite have it in them, and Planet Dog, they've blown us all away from the group stages to the playoffs. And with this 3-1 victory, they look phenomenal, and we're going to get ourselves some 33 at the main place in TI. That's got to be pretty damn high.
33 Tidehunter, man.
33.